Hello, my name is Anita Tonakarnwen, and welcome to the League of Women Voters of Westford video series. This video is one of several focused on providing a brief introduction to our various Westford town committees and boards. Today, we're going to focus on the Westford Recycling Commission. And here with me to talk about it is the chair of the Westford Recycling Commission, Kenneth Teal. Welcome, Ken.
Oh, thank you, Anita. And Ken is fine.
Okay.
Kenneth, only my mother called me Kenneth.
And so for those in the community who are not familiar with this committee, the Westford Recycling Commission, their mission is to increase awareness of the financial and environmental impacts of recycling, to provide opportunities for non-curbside recycling, to educate residents on options to reduce, reuse, repurpose, and recycle, and to organize recycling events and encourage diversion from trash. So Ken, we're so happy that you're here with us today. And could you mind telling us about the priorities of the Recycling Commission?
Sure, I'd be glad to do that. The priorities really are embodied within the mission statement, and we've worked very carefully on that. We've massaged it over time. But I'd like to point out one part of it that's really important is residents have a major, as they understand, but we emphasize they have a major role in what comes into this town. And we do talk about reducing, reusing, repurposing, and recycling. But you have a step that's before everything else called refusing. You can make a choice as to what you accept and what you determine you're going to take responsibility for, and potentially the town takes responsibility for. So we want people to understand that, and at all times to look for opportunities to reduce their impact. And we'll talk a little bit more about that on things like composting and items like that. But those priorities are very important, and everything we do wraps around them.
Yeah, I love that. Actually, I talk a lot about with my kids about having the gimmies, which is something we read in a book, and how you just want more and you want a lot. And so I love the idea of refusing. That's great. Or, that's an interesting priority to bring up. I really like that. What are key projects that the commission is working on right now?
Well, we plan a twice a year electronics drop off, and that's held at the highway garage, and it works great. People count on it, and it is amazing. Many things are accumulated over the winter and through the summer. So one of the things we did on that, and an interesting part of it is because of COVID, we missed one of our regular things. So the following one became an excursion for the entire town to come up to the highway garage and drop it off. And we had a major traffic snafu. The roads down below were blocked. Police had to come and try to help us. But what that did is it got us to do a new flow so that the flow up there is better. We're able to park more people on the hill and behind the garage. And it was a great learning experience, but it shows how important it is. We've also, because of the importance of it, is household hazardous waste has always been twice a year. We're now going every 2 years, every 2 years. We're now going to be doing it every year because the amount is so much, the need is there, and the importance to it continues. So that's something that we've added. So this coming year, 2022, we're going to do those things. We have to track legislative action at the state level. We have to be conscious of what's going on. There's certain legislation out there that goes back to that refuse issue, is having producers be responsible for the material that comes to the consumer. So that's something that we're watching. We're planning the next recycling guide. We hope everybody uses it. We hope it's on everybody's refrigerator, but it has a lot of good information, made it a little bit more robust this past year, and we're going to continue to improve it. And we also want our residents, our recycling website to be very informative. So that is always in process of change, trying to make it better. You may not know this, but we answer residents' emails. There's asking questions of what they can do and reporting different issues they're having or concerns they have, and we address each one of them. We provide related statistics as they're needed for trash and recycling, And we contribute to the town report, I'm sure you know, Anita, as well as the town manager's monthly newsletter. So
Mhm.
it's something that we enjoy to do. We use it as a way to keep in touch with everybody.
Yeah, I think you're an extremely active committee. I really rely on the social media posts that the commission puts up every once in a while. If they're really helpful, I definitely lean on you all for letting me know if trash is delayed with the pickup every week. So thank you for
You know,
everything. I know it's a lot of work and a lot of great people on the committee. So I am working on this video series with a high schooler, Peggy Lou at WA. And so we're also interested in understanding how can high school or middle school age students help contribute to the Recycling Commission's work.
okay, I'd like to talk about that, and I'm gonna go back and just add one more of the projects, and then I'll
Sure.
relate it to high school students.
Okay.
One of the other things that we're really pushing, and we mentioned it at town meeting in the spring, composting. And we got a lot of interest by making an announcement during the meeting in regard to composting and how important it is. And we held 5 different events during the summer, and it was amazing the interest we got in the purchases of the earth machines. They're subsidized; they cost the resident $25. Through grants, we make up the rest of the cost. They cost approximately $50 each. So it's a significant investment by us, also by the resident, but it's something that everybody can do. You don't really think about it, but every week you probably have 10 to 12 pounds of waste, food waste, that goes through your house. And you only know that if you actually collect it. When you do, it is amazing how much is out there. And putting that in the composter on a daily or weekly basis makes a huge difference. And that's trash we don't have to pay for as a resident. And that, if you go by the number of households we have in our town, it's very significant. So I talked to the high school kids, and I've been very fortunate to talk to several high school and middle school students. They're either doing a project or they're a Girl Scout or a Boy Scout, and they're working towards badges. I talked to them in full about what they can do. And as I described simple things like composting, which you don't ever think about, they said, wow, yeah, we have so much left over every time we get these, cantaloupes in the house, and we all love cantaloupe. And they understand it, and whether they choose to do it is a whole other issue, but they embrace it and understand that's important. I also always give the pitch that you are a consumer. You're right now a major consumer in training, and you need to make those same good choices as you're bringing things out there, but challenge them. You're right now at a vibrant point in your brain power. You're just starting to touch on things, and everything is possible. That's the time to embrace things like this and then make them part of how you are. But I really appreciate and I love it when I get the calls from them. I never turn one down, and it's always a pleasure. In fact, I probably am obnoxious, but I've seen, there was a young boy that was he set up a booth, and I asked why they'd set it up. His father said, this is something he and his friends want to do. And it was about reducing, reusing, recycling, and refusing. And he understood it. And we sat and talked for quite a while, but he's all excited. He wants people to know about it. So how excited your children are. This is really where we can make a difference. And then they go major advocates.
Yeah, that's great. I am a composter as well. I've been doing it for a couple of years. And as soon as I let my friends know, I think people are just nervous about what they don't know. So that's when all the questions come up, about like smell, or how does it look, or does it fill really quickly? And once all they have to do is just kind of see someone else do it and kind of learn from them. And I feel like, they just have to taste it a little bit. And I think I think it saves me one bag of like a 13-gallon trash bag.
I'm sure
week.
it does.
Yeah.
And as you know from composting, it's mostly water. So it reduces down, and you're never going to fill that earth machine up. You can't do it.
Yeah.
You just can't. But you think that you might, but it doesn't work. It reduces it just gets reduced so much by the next spring when you're turning it again. It's amazing. And
Great.
actually, I'm getting compost out of it. So I'll take a few shovels out of it every year.
Oh,
Throw it
great.
in the garden, and I really think that's why my flowers are spectacular.
Good. And what's the best way to learn more about the Recycling Commission's work?
Well, I think the way that you'd mentioned our website, and I appreciate that. The website has a lot of information, as I said, that we put into it, and we're always improving it. We want it to be the one-stop shopping. We're always interested in people, you know, asking us additional questions, but you should be able to find the answer there. But that being said, we're all listed as commission members on the town website, and every one of us would be delighted to have a phone call. We like what we do. This is a fun group of people, and it's a dedicated group of people. So if we could spread the music of this job to other people, we will be glad to do it.
Great. Thank you so much. This has been really informative. I really appreciate your time. Thank you also for everything that you do on the Recycling Commission. I know that you're a chair, and it's just such a busy committee. I know it's a lot of work, so thank you for all of that. For more information about the Westford Recycling Commission, please visit the Town of Westford website, www.westfordma.gov. There you'll find the direct links for the commission under the Government tab. And for more information about the League of Women Voters of Westford, please visit lwv.westford.org. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Ken.
You're welcome. Bye, Anita.